What's up, everybody? It is me with ADHD, and Happy New Year! It's here, the new year. Dude, 2019 felt like the longest year of my entire life. Like, it can't be just me, right? Like, I think about stuff that I did back in January of 2019, and it feels like it was like a couple of years ago. Like, seriously, that's how long it feels like this year has been. It's crazy. But we're in a new year, new decade, in fact, which is pretty crazy, 2020. And just like I did last year, I want to go into this new year by talking about all of my New Year's resolutions from last year and whether or not I actually stuck to them ones, and talk about this year's and what I plan to do for these. So stick around till a little bit later on in the video, because that's when I'm going to be talking about my 2020 resolutions after I've talked about all of 2019's crap. So let's just kick off this new year then. Oh, and if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe, stay up to date with all of my new content, click that little bell icon, that's going to make sure you get my notifications, and let's continue with this video. So in last year's video, I made a little bit of a competition out of things, and I went up against ADHD to see how well I did on my New Year's resolutions and how well my ADHD stopped me keeping up with my New Year's resolutions. And it felt a little bit too competitive. I spoke to a few people in the comments who agreed. So I think this year I'm just gonna calmly discuss the topics that I went over and talk about my year as a whole, kind of going from start to finish, and I'll pepper in there whether or not I manage to stick to the resolutions. So we'll see how that goes. So this is my 2019 resolution list that I wrote last year. As you can see, it's not got that many things on it. If you compare it to like my 2018 one, it is significantly smaller. And that's because I think I was a little bit too ambitious in 2018. Like, I put so many things on there, and they were such specific things that I struggled with them, and I didn't achieve some of them, and it really sucked. So I thought I would kind of broaden it a little bit and see how that went. 2019 started off pretty well, actually. I was still in relatively good shape. I wasn't in keto, like I wasn't doing my keto diet fully at that point. I was still like eating a little bit like that, but I had eaten a few carbs here and there over Christmas and padded up a little bit, I'll say. But I wasn't in a bad situation, and I definitely had not gone off the deep end yet. Those of you who do any kind of carb restriction diet will know what I'm talking about. Like, when you first start eating carbs again, you kind of it's almost like scary. It gives me anxiety. It really does, because I'm like, oh God, I haven't eaten these in so long, like I shouldn't be eating them. And then I have a few of them, and then I feel really bad and guilty, and it's kind of sucks. But then like a week later, you are like fully off the deep end. You are like smashing back sodas and pizzas, following those up by like cakes and candies, and just eating whatever you want, whenever you want, because you haven't had it in so long that you just can't help yourself. But I hadn't gone off the deep end yet, and I think that's because I had a lot of traveling at work. I was very busy at the beginning of the year. I was doing a lot of stuff traveling in America, and I went to a few different places around the world. I also went back to England this year for the first time in 5 years. That's right, 5 years I haven't been back to England. We went back because it was my 30th birthday. Yeah, that happened. But anyway, it was a good trip. It was amazing to take Laurel back, and it was so good to see all of my friends, catch up with everybody, and see all of my family that I haven't seen in so long. Like, my parents come out and visit every year or so, but it was real nice to see all my aunts and uncles and my grandma and my other grandma and just everyone. It was really cool to see them. And what was really awesome was it's Laurel's first time, so like not only did she get to like visit and see all of my friends and family, and also experience England and Scotland, which is beautiful, it was like cool because for the first time in 5 years of us being together and being married, she got to see like who I am, like properly who I am though, you know? It's like she can see me here and in America, and it's like, you know, it's like who I am here. But she got to kind of go back, meet all of the friends that I grew up with and see like where I came from. So it was really cool for her to see that, and I feel like this is the first time in 5 years where now she really knows who I am. So that was a great experience for me as well as her. So that was nice. One of the bad things was I ate so much comfort food while I was in England that I must have put on like 20 pounds. Like for real, I must have put on like 20 pounds at least. Because I was eating so much comfort food and I was eating like fish and chips again. Like good fish and chips. That cannot be underestimated how good fish and chips is. So really that meant that at this point my goal of losing weight again had been obliterated. There was nothing, that was never gonna happen. But then I went into the summertime and I was able to do one of my other things that I wanted to do on my list, which was more creative photography shoots. Throughout this last year, I've been on a ton of trips to places like Haiti, for instance, where I'm just able to do what I'm really passionate about, and that is like photojournalism, like real photojournalism. And I was able to get some really amazing photography from these trips. I'll put a few of them up to show you and just find some real gems that I was really proud of. And what's really cool is Laurel actually got 2 of my favorite pictures from Haiti framed for me for Christmas so that I can put them up in this place and, you know, get some inspiration for when I'm next gonna do a shoot, which is really cool. She is a good one, that one. I got a new camera too. I'm actually using it to record this video right now, and it took everything in my photo and video to the next level, which is really amazing. I've been working with the same camera for a very long time, even shooting like weddings and events with it, and it was time for an upgrade. So I finally got the upgrade that I needed, and then I took it to Thailand, where I went on almost a month-long trip, which was tiring and way too long. Even though it was an amazing trip, it was really long, and that's a lot of time to spend on a work trip for sure. I also broke my new camera while I was on that trip. Oh, Thailand. During one of the days, I was rushing to get to take a photo of something, and I grabbed my camera and the strap got caught on something, and I ran, and then it yanked it out of my hand and it smashed the back screen and did a bunch of damage to it. Luckily though, my insurance that I have on it came in clutch and I got it saved. I also had my 5th wedding anniversary this year. That's right, been married 5 years now, half a decade. It's crazy to think that I'm married and I've been married for that long. I have no idea how Laurel puts up with me. I really don't. But thank you for doing that. I really am thankful. Thank you. Please don't leave me. I ended out the year with a couple of photo shoots that really allowed me to push myself as a photo editor and really take my work in Photoshop to the next level, which is also something that I put on my list to do, and I was really happy with the results. I've added them in there to show you guys. Lastly though, I had set out my goal to reach 3,000 subs, and yes, I did it. I finally got to 3,000. I didn't think I was gonna make it because I stopped filming videos when I had I went into a little bit of a slump. You know how it is, ADHDers. It's like you just get kind of distracted by everything else, and then before you know it, you've gone so long without making a video or doing whatever you're supposed to be doing that you just you don't know what to do anymore, and you're kind of scared and anxious to go back to it, and you just kind of avoid it. And then before I knew it, it was like January now, and I'm filming the first video since I don't know, October maybe of last year. So I'm really sorry about that, and thank you to all my subscribers who have stayed during that period and not gone and left me. I would have been okay if you did, I understand, but I appreciate you guys and love you more for that. And thank you to my new subscribers who subscribed even though I had no new content and stayed. So I appreciate all of you guys, thank you, and I owe you guys better, and I will, I promise, do better this year. So that brings me to this year where I'm starting a new, fresh year. I'm gonna do some new resolutions. We're gonna do it together. I'm gonna go grab my whiteboard and we can write them down and talk about them. So let's do that like right now because I am so excited to do this. Okay people, voila, here it is, my whiteboard. Let's do this. First one of all of them is going to be stay healthy and run a tough mudder. Do you like how I kind of just went down and off there because I have no perception of how much I can write on a whiteboard? All right, so stay healthy and run a tough mudder. The reason why I have put both of these together is because both of them include health. This year, I wanted to not set a goal of like how much I wanted to lose because, I don't know, it feels like too restrictive when you're like, okay, I need to lose 25 pounds, or I need to lose 30 pounds, or I need to get back to the last year's, I need to get back to the weight I was at. This year, I think just to stay healthy is a much better goal. And the reason why I've said a tough mudder is because, let's be honest, last year I ran all of the Spartans, the Super, the Beast, and the Sprint. So, I mean, can't do another one of those, right? I mean, it would just be too heavy on my neck if I had another Spartan medal to add to it. Moving on. The next one is to practice piano or keyboard once a week for 1 hour. I don't know why I also keep on this whiteboard putting like lowercase letters and then putting uppercase letters for the beginning of certain words. I don't know. Practice piano or keyboard once a week for an hour. So you guys who have watched my videos know that when I did my short-lived obsessions video, I spoke about how I wanted to start learning the piano. I wanted to learn Aerith's theme from Final Fantasy VII. Here's a little clip of how that's going. Huh? Right? It's in there. I know it's in there. Yeah, so I wanted to get better and I feel like this year is the year that I'm gonna do that. Next one, right here, is gonna be better at YouTube. This one is tough. It's a tough one to do. I really want to do it because I feel like I owe it to you guys to be better. This year I want to be better at posting. I have a couple of really cool series ideas this year, and then I have a few other ideas that I just really want to get started, and this is the year to do it. It's gonna happen this year. I promise. I think I promise. All right, next one is gonna be reduce debt. This is one that I have on like every single year. I know it's kind of, it feels redundant in a way because I have it on every year and obviously I'm gonna try and do that this year, but I like to have it as a goal that's on a board that I can see because every now and again it reminds me that that's what I'm doing. And I can get a little bit carried away with spending, as many ADHDers can with that impulsivity, but I am excited. I want to get the debt reduced again. I did good last year. I did good the year before. Maybe this year I'll do even better. So that's a good goal to have. Now here's one. Film a YouTube live event. This is something I have not done yet on my channel, is a YouTube live. It scares me a little bit to do a live. It scares me that like, I'll set it up and I'll do it and nobody will show up to it. But it's something that I really want to do because I do Q&As with you guys like every month or every couple of months, and you guys send me really awesome questions, I would really love to like just open up a platform where it's live and you can ask me the questions live. You can just get to know me as a person and I can get to know you guys and we'll just build that connection. I think it'll be really cool. So I think during like, I don't know, close to the middle of the year, maybe even at the beginning, I don't know yet. I haven't thought about it, but this year I want to do a live stream. Now this is the last one. That's right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6 is a good number for the amount of tasks to do in a year. I mean, they're pretty big tasks, but I think it's a good amount. Hit 5,000 subs! Exclamation mark, in capital letters, underlined. I really want to do this one. I know it's another number one, and I know I said against doing number ones because it's too much of a target that you might miss and then it's upsetting when you don't hit it. But I have confidence, guys. I feel like this year is the year to do it, and I think that if I get back to posting frequently and you know, we keep going how we are, I think that we're gonna hit that goal. I know it's a lot. To me, right now, it feels like a million years away to hit something like 5,000, but we can do it, guys. We can do it. If we all get together and sub to my channel, please sub to my channel. But that's it, right here. That is my goals for the year. So, yeah, let's see how I do. That's all I got for you today. You've seen my list of stuff that I want to do this year, and you've seen how last year went. How did your last year go? Was it as good and as bad as mine? It was a long year, so I think that we've all had ups and downs during it. Let me know in the comments below. Like the video if you did. Don't forget to subscribe, stay up to date with all my new content, and I'm gonna see you guys a lot more this year. You never know, maybe this is my year on YouTube. Move over, Shane Dawson, because Chris Pearson's coming. That's right.